Hi pool fans, this is Emily Duddy, and today I'm bringing you some 8-ball tips. Alright, let's start with our 8-ball break. You want to break from the center of the table, a little to the left or the right of the head ball, and about a diamond down. I like to bridge from the rail because it helps control my power. You slowly pull back on your last stroke like an arrow, then pause and follow through. You want to try to connect your arm movement with your body motion. So as you release your arm, your body moves upward to give you more power. Hitting the head ball solid is very important. Choosing solids or stripes is one of the most important decisions of your 8-ball game. After the break, the table is open, meaning you can shoot a solid or a stripe no matter what balls you have pocketed. Then I look, do I have an available shot for both solids and stripes? If I do, what are the make percentages? If one is significantly harder or significantly easier, that can affect my decision. I want to make sure I stay at the table. Then I look, are there any balls tied up? Are there any balls in front of pockets? If the solids or the stripes has one or more of these, that can affect your decision. Most importantly, I look at the 8-ball. Is the 8-ball blocked by certain balls? Do I have a key ball for position on the 8-ball? Often I will work my pattern backwards from the 8-ball to make sure that I can make it. Let's look at this rack as an example. Fortunately, there were no balls tied up, so I didn't have to consider that. I had a shot at a solid and a stripe, but the stripe was actually a little easier. Then I made 2 stripes off of the break, which obviously gives me an advantage, so I should consider it. After that, I look at the 8-ball. The 8-ball can't go in the bottom right corner, but it can go in the bottom left corner. I decided that the 12 was the ideal shot to get position for the 8, so I created my pattern from there. Now I have an easy stop shot for the 12 and a shot for the 8. Now when I'm practicing 8-ball, I like to play both the solids and the stripes. So I take the 8-ball out and spot it. Now let's talk about the solids. From where I'm at, the position zone for the 6 is on the smaller side, and I'm already in it. So I decide to start my pattern with the 6. Now, I have an issue with the 1 and the 4 are a little tricky, so I decide to play position for that cluster. If I miss it, I obviously have a lot of other options. I run the 4 up the rail. I've already looked that the 7 is the ideal shot to get position on the 8. I can also shoot the 3 on the side. I decide to take the 2 and the 1, since shots on the rail can be a little tricky and I already can play position from the 2 to the 1 ball. At this point, I'm pretty much home free. So I'm gonna make the 1 up the corner. I use the 5 and play the 5 in the corner, 3 in the side, and then 7 to the 8. You might be thinking that the 3 is a better shot to get position on the 8-ball. However, the 3 is so deep in the pocket that if I catch it too thin, it could send my cue ball flying. That's why I prefer the 7. Here I want to make sure that I don't get too straight on the 7. I have just enough angle. I would have preferred to be less straight, but it's not a big deal because I can draw back for a good position on the 8-ball. When playing the 8-ball, I like to play position and be very specific with my cue ball. As always, thank you to my sponsor Littman Lights, and they're brought to you in a partnership with Sneaky Pete Mafia. Thank you all so much for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed this.